Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate. Today we're going to look at two homes. The first one is in Nokomis, Illinois. It's a beautiful Grand Duchess, isn't she? Price cut $4,000, $69,999. We have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1,439 square feet. Built in 1920. Welcome home to this spacious and inviting two-story house offering 3 bedrooms, plus a dedicated office that could easily serve as a fourth bedroom, and 1.5 bathrooms. Step inside through the welcoming foyer and immediately notice the warmth of beautiful hardwood floors that flow throughout the main living areas. The thoughtfully designed floor plan offers comfortable living spaces filled with natural light. Convenience is key with main floor laundry, making daily routines a breeze. The spacious living room areas provide plenty of room together, while the two-story layout offers privacy and separation between living and sleeping areas. Been on the market 142 days, listed by Deborah Sarcenet. Here's her mobile phone number at the Real Estate Group Incorporated. Okay, let's see what we got down here. We have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We know that. Um, let's see if it tells us anything about our heat. Electric forced air heating, so you could have a bit of an electric bill if you get really cold, and you probably will in Illinois. Central air, included dishwasher, partial basement, 2 spaces for parking, a detached garage with 2 spaces. That must be in the back of the house. We have vinyl siding, shingle roof, public sewer, public water. I always like that. I prefer that unless you want to live out in the country. The taxes are $24.89 a year. That might be high for some people. I'm not sure. I once had a 1 bedroom apartment that was almost $6,000 a year. So nothing shocks me anymore. Here's our price history. Okay. I guess it was that's the tax history. So the last time 2380 was 2021. We have nothing reported up to date. That is not up to date, so minimal risk for flood, or did that say moderate? That's at a moderate risk for flood, so you might need insurance there. You need to check that out. Car dependent, somewhat bikeable. The schools get 6 out of 10. Not great, not horrible. Could be better. Okay. So it was listed for sale in February of 2026 for 84,000. April it dropped to 79. May it dropped to 74. July it dropped to 69. August it'll drop to 59. So put in your offer. You never know what you might find. And like I said, go look at it. Let us know. Let's look at the street view. Okay. We have a house. We got some space in between the houses. People have parked out here so much till they've just ruined the grass right here to the street. That for me is just extremely annoying. Um, that is not meant to be parking, but it's obviously what it's used for. So if that's something that drives you insane, you might want to consider that. The neighbors' houses look nice and well kept. See, it should be grass like this, you know. So there's the house. It's on a corner lot. I don't know if that's a sewer drain there and it's clogged up and never been cleaned out or what's going on there. So let's look on our map and see where we are in Illinois. Colton is down here. Winona is up here. Witt is down here. Oconee. I'm trying to pull out until I see something I think we all could. Okay, Springfield is up here to your north, west, and down here southwest is St. Louis. Indianapolis is way over here, so you sort of see where you're acclimated here. Indiana's over here. Okay. So now let's look and see what kind of photographs they've given us to see. Okay, so here we see the front of the home. That's really nice. Um, it could use some painting and freshening up. You know, if you don't like that color. It's hard to tell from this photograph, but the porch looks like it's in good shape. The stairs may have been redone or replaced at some point. We have a huge antenna, so I wonder if there's no cable or anything. There's another view to the back of the house, and you sort of can see back across the street what's around you. In the springtime, those trees will be beautiful and green. I wonder if that little window upstairs in the attic on the third floor has got any stained glass in it like that surprise we had in the other house. Okay, so here's your foyer. That's a beautiful entry foyer. You could change that carpet. There's probably hardwood under there. You could refinish. This wood has been stained, but I don't think it's ever been painted, so that's a plus. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape to me. Oh, what a beautiful room. Isn't that beautiful with those windows like that? That is just absolutely beautiful. You'd have the prettiest Christmas trees. You could put a tree there, a tree there. Now we do have some sagging floor, it looks like right here, so you really need to check that because you could have a problem with floor joist there, so you need to check that. And that's the foyer over here. This must be the dining room back here, I guess. So the dining room, living room, foyer, that's probably a coat closet or it could be a half bath, I don't know. Oh, what a beautiful room. Look, it has windows on all sides. That's just lovely. And it's right off the front foyer. Now, I suppose it could be a living room, but it would be hard to put furniture in there, wouldn't it? Maybe this is the dining room. I see we do have a drop ceiling in this room over here, which is atrocious. I love this kind of door here, but I'm not sure that it fits on this type of house. There's the dining area, I think the dining room, so you have two windows looking out on that side street. That's the dining room looking forward to the house. This here is the front of the house. This is the side street here. And then this must be a bedroom off of the dining room because I see a closet in there. Okay, here's our kitchen. So we have roll-out linoleum floor, which is atrocious. You're going to want to rip that up and redo the floors. Make sure you check the subfloors, plumbing, electric, all the systems. The cabinets, um, they're not the best looking cabinets in the world as far as design or style, but you know what? If you're in a pinch, if those cabinets, and even if they're not wood, but they do look like they're probably wood, you can paint those cabinets and they'll be perfect. Change the hardware, you'll get a whole different appeal to them. So we have a window, that orange or salmon, I'm not sure if that's orange, it looks orange. Kind of reminds me, it gives me a Brady Bunch feel. So we have a dishwasher, refrigerator. Apparently there's no stove and don't know if any of those appliances work, but you could see. So it looks like you have a good distribution of the type of cabinets you would want. You have some good drawers here. That might be a pot drawer. This could be a spice drawer or a drawer to hold your trays and things. Now there's a place for your stove. So I feel like the kitchen is laid out in the perfect way actually for the space that you have, and I would keep it laid out the same way. So to get in this house and get going, I would probably paint the cabinets. Um, and at an initial point, I would just also paint the countertops because I have done that before and it's fine. until because that's not where you need to put your budget at right now because these cabinets are totally usable. You could even keep this floor until you got something else. I wouldn't. Even if you had to do peel and stick, at least it would be clean and new. And so you could make out with that. Now here's another room. That's the room with the drop ceiling and the door that I felt like doesn't belong there. A drop ceiling like this, it's never the way to go. Never. Look how awful that looks. That floor is really nice though, isn't it? And I do like the door. Paint it white, call it a day. It's not a big deal. Now this is apparently a bedroom that is off the dining room, and it has a bathroom. Now I don't know if that's a full bathroom. I don't think it is. That might be the half bathroom. They could be using this as the primary, or it could have been a workspace. I think it could have been a workspace. So you could use it as a workspace. It has a half bath with a window. I don't know if it would be big enough to get a shower in there, but wouldn't that be nice? So, I'm not sure what's going on here with this pipe here. That's probably the dryer in the half basement. So I don't know if this is a space here big enough. Why couldn't you just turn this into a laundry room? Well, absolutely, it is a laundry room, so I'm a genius. Okay, this is off that room off the dining room, so I don't know, that whole floor plan is a little weird, isn't it? And this, I'm not sure about all this, what that is, but I'd sure want to know. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. Okay, so we go upstairs. We have a nice railing and banister on the stairs. We have a couple of the newels, I think they're called, missing, or post. We have a small window here coming up the stairs, which puts light down on the staircase. Good thing. And we have a bedroom here, or that could be a bathroom. So the bathroom is at the end of the hall. That's the only full bath in the house. This is a very nice hallway. The floor looks good, right? Okay, so it's a full bath and it's a very large bathroom. You could do a walk-in shower, have a really nice big walk-in shower. Um, I think I might move it to this side so I wouldn't have to have the window in it. And then move the toilet over here. You could look out the window. So there's the bathroom from another angle. We have a nice sink. This is all workable and usable while you're doing your renovations and sprucing things up the way you want it. So that's a bedroom. Bedroom, very small bedroom with a cracked ceiling. We have some cracking, probably plaster, no big deal. Floor can be refinished. That's a beautiful room as well. Upstairs, probably a bedroom with that beautiful nook there. That could be a sitting area, a reading area, or you could get a 8-sided bed and it would fit right in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make it fit right in there. That would be nice. Here's another room upstairs. This must be a really small room because basically it looks like a closet. So this could be a walk-in closet with a window for light. That's great. Walk-in closet. A whole room for a closet. Wouldn't that be great? Because it sure is too small for a bedroom, really, I think. Maybe an office. Here's our basement. So we have a huge, huge hot water heater. It looks pretty new. And the heating system looks pretty new as well, or well taken care of. They have places. This is to sit things up, if I guess if you're storing stuff, because it does look like the floor might get wet, does get wet. Check whatever this peeling paint is here on the wall. Other than that, I don't see any big issues that you can see from here. There's probably a sump pump in here somewhere. Here's the backyard of the house. I guess that's the 2-car detached garage. So that's a really nice building, isn't it? You could fence in this, put a fence here and have privacy here and here. You have a back deck. That's really nice. And that's your 2-car garage, which is in the back of the house. And you can, was there a door? And look, there's a door. You go in, shut the door, and you can come right out into your house. How perfect is that? And especially in Nokomis, Illinois, because it's going to be giving you some snow. There's the back door to your house. We have two staircases to get up to it, and both of them have sidewalks. You're right on the corner, as we noticed earlier. There's a door here. I'm not sure if that goes up into the kitchen or somewhere, or it could go to the basement. There's your floor plan of the house. Okay. So now we're going to go to Timmonsville, South Carolina. And this house, I just adore this house. Now, I don't know what it looks like inside because I haven't looked, but isn't this adorable? 59,000 Timmonsville, South Carolina, 108 West Smith Street, built in 1935, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2,386 square feet. Handyman special with great curb appeal. It does have great curb appeal. Take a look at this huge 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom brick home boasting an impressive 2,386 square feet of living space and an attached 1 car garage. Well, I only have 1 car, so that's perfect. This spacious property features a large driveway and serves as the perfect blank canvas for a fix and flip investor or buyer looking to build sweat equity. Some personal items will be removed from the garage prior to closing. Bring your vision and tool belt. Been listed for 9 days. Nicholas Hushcroft office at Chosen Realty LLC. There's the number. And we are in Timmonsville, South Carolina. Let's look and see where that is. Okay, so you're not that far from the beach here either. Here's Columbia, here's Lake City, here's Florence. And if you go out this way, it's probably maybe a couple hours maybe to the beach. Not sure there. But the ocean's right out here, shoreline. Okay, so let's see our street view. The house is adorable. I mean, on the outside it is. I can't promise you anything on the inside. There's a cute little house next door. Your neighbor just had a new fence put in. What a beautiful street. That's a town street. Look at the good sidewalks, beautiful sidewalks. Um, these sidewalks are being neglected, and these people who own this big fancy house across the street could do better on their edging. This building is shut down. Looks like it's boarded up for a hurricane. So you're in town here in Timmonsville. And here's the house. It's just so charming, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of greenery in front of it, but I wouldn't be tearing all that out. I'd just be trimming it up and fixing it. Here's your driveway. That's just adorable. Now let's look at the photographs. Okay. So here's the front of the house. Like I said, you need to trim that shrubbery. You get your mail out front. There's a beautiful little window up there. Isn't that charming? That is absolutely stunning. I love symmetry, and this is just perfect for me. I'm not sure how this is built here. Is that falling down, or it looks the same on both sides? So maybe it's just the angle. So we have some beautiful windows with lots of light panes in them. I love this entryway. That's very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen that. We have a transom above the door. These beautiful lights outside. Brick porch with this beautiful railing. That is gorgeous. And I mean, I know it needs work. I'm not insane. You think I'm like insane. I know, but I'm not. Oh, I see the angle now because it's coming down from this way. Oh, and look, it has a little peekaboo on both sides. That's really cute. You could put like a flameless candle in there. Wouldn't that be cool at Christmas or just anytime? And what a beautiful little porch that goes all the way across. And look at the white picket fences. This is just charming. Oh, how lovely. Look at that terrace. It's a brick terrace. I mean, you got some damage there to the fascia, and I think that roof might be slacking a little bit, so I don't know what's going on there. And I don't know if there was a flood, but it looks like there might have been water up on here, so you'd want to check that out. Now here's our first look at the inside. We have some wall lots of knotty pine. This is a whole knotty pine wall. So I don't know if this is a living room, but that's just a dirty floor, so don't worry about that. There's a bathroom. It's pretty decent sized. There's a view from outside the bathroom. I don't know if they were afraid to go in the bathroom. There's, I suppose, a living room. It has beautiful windows all around. They could have opened the drapes and let some light in. Look at that poor fan. It's just wilted. So this home has been empty for quite a while. Here's another bathroom. So that's a very large bathroom there as well to work with that space. We have peeling paint. You'd want to have that tested for asbestos. It can be remediated, not a problem. It can be taken care of. We have a nice wide hallway for artwork. That's great. Now here's our kitchen. The ceiling's falling in, but it looks like the wood slats that hold up the plaster are doing fine. So I think what's happened here is just this, I don't know if it's plaster or somebody tried to put drywall up there and it was too heavy a drywall or something happened there. Or why these cabinets are the way they are or any of this. I have no idea, but it's filthy dirty. So we need a good scrubbing first of all. But we have good cabinet placement. There's a window. There's a dishwasher, believe it or not. Probably doesn't work, but it might. You never know. Same thing in here. We have wood floors. Look like they're in decent shape. I suppose that's the front door because there's a transom there, but it might be the back door. I just can't tell at this point. Here's the backyard. Now we have an attached garage, so you go all the way up that long driveway, and then you can drive right into your garage, which is attached to your house. And there's some lights up there too, so that's cool. You could landscape this and fix it up. Now, that fence is probably the neighbor's yard. Yeah. So that's the neighbor's yard, I guess. And here's a better picture of the house. Now, I don't know if this is recent or not, but they've trimmed up all the hedges and everything looks nice on the outside. That's actually, I like that sort of yellowy color, but it could use a fresh paint. You got to check those chimneys. It looks like a beautiful location. Look back over the trees. You do have a concrete driveway. That's a plus. Beautiful front sidewalks. Here's the backyard. That's in your neighbor's yard, so that should be your fence because of the way it's put up there, but I don't know. Maybe the yard was full or something. They couldn't put it up the right way. So there's that one in Timminsville, South Carolina. And then we have this one here in Nokomis, Illinois for $69,900. And Timminsville, South Carolina for $59,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I don't know if I had to pick today. I think I'd take the one in Timminsville, South Carolina for $59,000. So good luck if you go looking for one of these homes. Let us know what you had to do, what you did, what you were willing to do, and how much you decided you would put into it. I think this is a very charming house. So until we see you again in the next episode, thank you for coming by to Let's Get Real with Real Estate.